No eggs? No problem. This exceptional Indian-inspired chickpea frittata is packed with protein without the cholesterol concerns. I'm calling it Chickpea Delight Frittata, and it's about to become your new favourite. But wait, it gets better. I've paired it with a mouth-watering tomato and coconut chutney that you'll want to drizzle on everything you eat. I know I do. Chickpea flour isn't just budget friendly, but it's environmentally conscious too. It's loaded with protein, fibre, iron and magnesium. It's perfect for breakfast, lunch or dinner. This versatile dish proves you don't have to sacrifice flavour to make mindful food choices. So let's get started. So I was going to make my mum's chutney, but she would have a field day. She'd say there's too much of this or too little of that. It's not like mine because I warm up the tomatoes. So I thought I'll make my own chutney so she could criticise less. But as you can see from this video, it didn't stop her from doing that. What do you think?
Oh, let me try. Not enough garlic.
All right, what do you think now?
Let me try again. Yeah, it's not garlic, but not enough chilies.
Oh my God. This better be the final try.
Okay, let's see. Good. It's my taste. Chilies, garlic, everything is balanced and is good. Very good.
Now my mum is supposed to be joining me in this recipe, but she's been delayed. She's decided to stay longer in India, and just to rub it in, every single picture of hers shows her lying down and relaxing. So I've got some good quality tin tomatoes here, and I'll put that in. Then I've got some desiccated coconut. I've got some maple syrup here. I've got one large green chilli that I've chopped up roughly. I've also got 2 cloves of garlic, and to make them less pungent, I've basically just warmed them in the microwave for 30 seconds with a splash of water. You can omit this bit if you like your garlic. And then I've got 1 date which I've just chopped roughly here, as well as half a teaspoon of cumin seeds which I've just dry roasted. So I'll put that in with my hands because I don't trust myself to pour it in. Trust me to use a fancy bowl like this, so it's not easy to pour in without getting it on the floor. There we go, see, I said. And then we got some lime juice here. Add this to taste. I like it to be quite sour because it goes well with the frittata, but you can add less if you like. And then we're going to put some salt to taste. All right, I'm just going to go blend this now. So as you can see, it's blended now. I like to have bits of coconut in it, so I know that I'm having a coconut chutney, but if you like it well blended, then put some water in here to blend it until it's smooth, but I love it like this. Okay, let's get going with the frittata. I'll plate this up. I've got some chickpea flour here and some rice flour here. You can use whole wheat rice flour, but I prefer white rice flour for this because it takes away the bitterness of this frittata. But obviously if you want a more whole version, then use brown rice flour. And what I've done, I've basically dry roasted them in a saucepan so that it takes the bitterness away. I did that for about 3 to 5 minutes, stirring continuously to make sure that the flours don't burn, and then I've let that cool down. So I'm going to add this to my blender so that when we mix everything, it's evenly distributed. Where's my mum when you need her? She's great at pouring for the camera, whereas I'm just like, whoop, blop. Don't tell her I said that, yeah? So I've got some plant-based yogurt here. I've got some unsweetened soya yogurt. I'm using my comedy spoon here. Waste not, want not. Let's pour that in slowly. Then I've got my spices here. I've got nutritional yeast, which is technically not a spice, but it adds a cheesy flavour. Then we've got some cumin powder, some coriander powder, some turmeric, ground turmeric, as well as Kashmiri chili powder. You can omit this if you like. Some kala namak or black salt. This will give it its eggy flavour. Again, you can omit this if you like. And some ground black pepper. We're also going to put some water in. So I've got 1 cup of water here. It's making a glugging sound like my stomach because I'm hungry. And we're going to give this a good blend.
So that's blended now. You can see it's smooth. I'm going to set that aside for a bit. So I'm going to add all the veggies that are going into this frittata in this bowl. You can add whatever you like, but this is just what I'm adding to make it like an Indian style omelette, for example. So I've got some bell pepper here, which I've diced. I'm going to put half of that in. Then I've got some red onion that I've diced. So let's put that in. This is not an exact science, so put as many veg as you want. Then I'm going to add some cherry tomatoes that I've quartered. And I've got some chopped up baby spinach. You can add frozen chopped spinach as well and defrost it and put it in here. You can get more spinach in this way. Then I've got some coriander, which I've chopped up. If you've got soap mouth, don't add it. Then I've got some green chilies to taste. I've got about 4 green chilies here, which I've chopped up finely. You can actually put this in the batter, but I prefer to do it this way. Then we're going to add our batter. Add some salt and pepper to taste. Mum's like, you put it in a tuglo. I need to get some ground pepper that's not in one of these mills. And then we're going to mix this. It's as easy as that. And you can make this ahead. You can take it with you to work, just heat it up, or you can actually eat it cold and it will stay in the fridge for about 3 to 4 days. Right, that's done. Now I've got a flan pan here. I don't have a non-stick one, so I'm going to have to spray some oil on it, but it literally will just be on this base so it doesn't stick. Unfortunately, chickpea flour is so sticky, so if I put baking paper there, it would stick to the edges. So we're better off doing it this way, but obviously if you can use a silicone case, then you might be able to get away with no oil. And just pretend I've got my fancy brush to brush it all, okay? I forgot it this time. Oh, I have it actually. My daughter said something really funny. She goes, I was like, I'm just going to say it has this much salt or salt to taste. And she goes, Mummy, that's lying to people. That's like saying that it has less calories when it doesn't. And then she goes, I don't know what a calorie is. So funny. The moment of truth. Let's spread this all evenly. Now I like the spinach a bit charred at the top, so I don't cover this with any foil, but if you would like, you can just add some foil at the top and then take it out in the last 5 minutes. So we're going to put this in a preheated oven at 200 Celsius, Fahrenheit is at the bottom, for about 23 minutes. All ovens vary, so do check in on it at about 15 minutes to make sure that it's not burning at the top. Look at this beautifully baked chickpea delight frittata. It's nutritious, delicious and perfect for meal prep. You can store any leftovers in the fridge for up to 3 to 4 days. Just reheat it in the microwave when you're ready to enjoy it again. As I mentioned earlier, I whipped up a simple tomato and coconut chutney, but feel free to use any condiment you like. This recipe serves 2, and for all the details, a full printable recipe is linked in the description below. Now let's take a look at the nutritional information per serving, which consists of half of the frittata with 2 to 3 tablespoons of chutney. You'll get 406 calories, 63 grams of carbohydrates, 19 grams of protein and 8 grams of fat, of which only 1 gram is saturated fat, and an impressive 10 grams of fiber. If you've enjoyed this recipe, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for more healthy, plant-based inspirations. Share your thoughts and variations in the comments. I want to know what you'd like to put in this, any spices, different vegetables. I love hearing from you. And remember, until next time, keep eating those plants.
Don't look at me, come back.